This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Rivian is burning through cash as it makes upgrades to its U.S. plant in Illinois for the significant refresh it did to its R1 models and as it prepares for the all-new R2. It sold nearly 14,000 EVs in the second quarter, but those plant upgrades slowed production to 9,600 units and also contributed to its operating expenses, which grew to nearly $1 billion. Total revenue came to over $1.1 billion, but Rivian is still losing almost $4,300 on every vehicle that it sells. The refresh models and the plant upgrades are helping to slash its costs, so that's why they're so important to the company. But it will take time before we see the full effects that they have. Rivian says it still has nearly $5.8 billion in cash and cash equivalents and is sticking with its most recent full-year production forecast of 57,000 vehicles. Honda also posted the results from its most recent quarter, and it's really benefiting from an increase in hybrid sales. While car sales were down a little more than 3.5%, those sales helped generate $36.7 billion in revenue for the quarter, up almost 17%. And operating profit for the company hit an all-time record of $3.3 billion, a jump of nearly 23%. A weaker yen was part of the reason for the increase, but Honda also made more money by selling more higher-priced hybrid models. That hybrid growth mostly came in the US and Japan, but in China, sales were down about 33%. Honda says the ICE market there shrunk faster, while the NEV market grew faster than it expected, and it cut its sales forecast in China by 220,000 units for the full year. But Honda hopes to make up for some of those lost sales with a brand new series of EVs for China called Yi. And now we have some of the specs for the Yi S7, which is a smallish SUV. The model will have a dual-motor all-wheel drive setup with a 150 kilowatt or 200 horsepower unit in the front and a 200 kilowatt or 265 horsepower motor in the rear. And the nearly 90 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which comes from CATL, provides 620 kilometers or 385 miles of range on the Chinese test cycle. Honda's Yi series of vehicles is supposed to go on sale before the end of the year, and pricing for the S7 will reportedly start a little under $30,000. Another humanoid robot is making progress with its training to become an automotive assembly line worker. BMW and robotics company Figure recently completed a test for the latest generation of its robot, the Figure 02, where it loaded stamped sheet metal parts into a fixture so they could be welded together. BMW says it's learned valuable insight into how to integrate robots into automotive manufacturing, including how they communicate with the production system, and it will continue to collaborate with Figure on future applications in its plants.
Knowing that when it's time to unplug, your tires were built to get you to the place you recharge. That's what really matters. Bridgestone Turanza EV tires with a 50,000-mile limited warranty.
Every year, Mercedes-Benz highlights its effort to keep counterfeit parts from being sold in the aftermarket. This includes things like wheels, brakes, body, and steering components. Working with law enforcement agencies, Mercedes says it was able to seize more than 1.6 million fake parts worldwide last year. That was about the same as 2022, but last year raids also increased by 20%, averaging just over 2 a day. And not surprisingly, Mercedes says more counterfeit networks are moving online. And last year it deleted more than 142,000 offers for fake parts on social media and other online platforms. Waymo continues to expand its autonomous service. Last month, it opened up to everyone in San Francisco, and now it's adding more cities in the San Francisco Bay Area, as well as growing to more areas around Los Angeles. The service operates 24/7 and in all weather conditions. In San Francisco, anyone can use it by just downloading the app. But in Los Angeles, there's a wait list of about 150,000 people, so Waymo is inviting them to join in chunks. It also operates the autonomous service in the Metro Phoenix area, and between the three cities, Waymo says it now provides paid rides to more than 50,000 users per week. A software upgrade Hyundai and Kia rolled out early last year to prevent vehicles from being stolen is having a big impact. As you probably remember, the automakers were hit with a big wave of thefts after videos on social media showed how to easily steal vehicles. Without engine immobilizers, which prevents the car from starting if the key isn't nearby, they were easy to steal with a simple hack. So in February of 2023, Hyundai and Kia began offering a software upgrade for around 24 2011 to 2022 models to fix the issue. According to research from the Highway Loss Data Institute, or HILDI for short, theft claim frequencies for vehicles with the update were 53% lower than ones without it. It only looked at data as of December of 2023, when about 30% of the eligible vehicles had received the update. But the automakers claim that has doubled to about 60% as of July. Even though the upgrade is working, HILDI says Hyundai's and Kia's theft claim frequency is still higher than other brands. But it does expect that to decline as thieves learn they're not as easy to steal anymore. Ford is now shipping the new police version of the Explorer to law enforcement agencies across the U.S. Officially called the Ford Police Interceptor Utility, the model is the best-selling police vehicle in the country. Departments will have three engine choices: a 285 horsepower 3.3-liter V6, a 400 horsepower 3-liter EcoBoost V6, or a 3.3-liter V6 that has a hybrid system that produces 318 horsepower. Since police vehicles idle so much, Ford says the hybrid can save up to 838 gallons of gas a year. Upgrades include new safety equipment, standard advanced driver assistance technology, and a new 12.3-inch instrument cluster that has a clearer display. But that's it for today's show. Thanks for tuning in.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering boost your game. MEDC, where Michigan businesses are powering the future of mobility. And by Teijin Automotive Technologies, the formula for better mobility.
When we did our research for the talent that we need for this program, Michigan was really the top of the list. In order to be successful in this space, you really have to have the right people, the right mindset, the right environment.
There's nothing wrong with heavy metal.
Hey, lighten up.
But with world-class composite material, Teijin Automotive Technologies makes vehicles lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly.
Intrepid's NeoVi Pi, allowing automotive engineers to interface, capture, and monitor vehicle data using Raspberry Pi. As a matter of fact, it's the automotive industry's first robust platform for Raspberry Pi, featuring Intrepid CAN-FD technology and Raspberry Pi Compute Module. The NeoVi Pi is designed for automotive environments, allowing use with relative power ranges and applications. In addition, the NeoVi Pi enables you to use the Raspberry Pi for compute while avoiding additional development to adapt to network environments. That makes the NeoVi Pi powerful enough to solve your vehicle network problems, yet small enough to fit in your backpack. One of many Intrepid tools used for developing zonal architecture and software-defined vehicles.